I'm planning to vote for this because I think it's a good, fair contract. The one major concern I have is the workload committee, and that how we deal with that. The workload committee is the key to whether or not this contract really works for children, and we have to do something about dealing with the overburdened workloads for teachers, period. And I hope we'll take it not just for class size and class load, but we'll take it for lesson planning, testing. I mean, we're actually, seriously, I just heard this tonight, we're actually doing the Dibbles test for all our elementary schools. I mean, we're actually, if you're an educator out there, you know how silly that is, kind of, but we don't seem to know it down here in this building, I guess. So, but that type of stuff, I hope that will come up, and things like the professional development and how we work through that and how we work around it and how we set off time, I hope that'll come up. Initiatives that end up in our schools, where these initiatives come down into our schools, but they haven't really been vetted by teachers and so forth. So I hope this workload committee actually becomes a committee that actually addresses the workload. We've had a tendency to not work very well with our teachers. We don't seem to respect and value the teacher input, and it's really a major problem within the school district. And it's not just in the district, in this building, it's also out in some other schools where this is really a problem. And so this is the opportunity now to work on these things, to make these changes that we so desperately need in this district, and I hope we'll grab this opportunity to do that. And so I'm feeling good about it, and there we go. So when we hit this workload committee, I'm sure we're going to really be listening to those teachers who are on it and paying attention and making changes out there. Because it's not just enough to listen. You have to also think and have dialogue, and when you're all done listening, you have to make changes where the cases have been made. And that's where we have a lot of problem, just making changes when they need to be made. I don't assume we're going to eliminate the Dibbles test tomorrow, but hopefully the workload committee will get to something like that, and we will go, oh, okay, let's get rid of that. Let's take care of this, instead of just going, oh, well, okay, we'll move on, which has been the tendency in my 6 months here. And so I hope that we'll move beyond that, and I'm really thinking positively. Thank you.